to begin, comfortable reclining position. So whatever that looks like for you, you might start just in traditional legs extended forwards. You might start with your knees bent in a neutral hips width, or even a teepee position if you want to get a little internal hip release right at the beginning. Find a comfortable position for your arms, whether they're over your body, they're out beside you. If it's comfortable, close your eyes. Start to listen to the sound and feel the movement of your own breath. Not changing anything about it just yet, but becoming aware of the sound of each inhale and exhale, and how your breath moves through your body, where you feel it, where it expands and contracts. Taking your time, start to lengthen out each breath in and each breath out. Eventually 5 to 6 seconds in through your nose, 5 to 6 seconds out through your nose. Just taking another few breaths here. Softening down through shoulders, hips, softening the muscles across your face. Take your last few breaths here to set an intention or find a mantra for your practice today. An intention or mantra for yourself, or maybe for someone not in the room with you today. As you inhale, repeat your intention. See it, feel it, believe it to be true. As you exhale, seal that intention. On your next inhale, reach your arms up over your head. Stretch your legs out long. Full body stretch from your fingers to your toes. On your exhale, bring just your right knee for now into your chest. A moment here to warm up your right hip, drawing a few circles with your right knee around your hip. You might flex and point, circle your ankle, wiggle your toes. Extend your right leg to the ceiling, taking it extended any amount. You might leave quite a bit of bend in the knee. Flex and point. Again, circle the ankle. Just notice where the stretch moves through your body with these small movements. Rebend your right knee back into your chest. Again, give your right knee a little hug, a few circles. Extend your right leg back forwards to meet your left. Reach both arms back overhead, big stretch. And now exhale, draw your left knee into your chest. Now giving your left knee a hug. First few breaths, just to find some movement, circling your knee around your hip, circling your ankle, wiggling your toes. Just getting lots of blood flow moving through your left leg. Inhale, extend the left leg any amount towards the ceiling. Again, maybe you keep quite a bend in the knee. Flex and point. Circle your ankle. Wiggle your toes. Go ahead, re-bend your left knee back into your chest. Give it one more hug, a couple last circles. Keeping your left knee bent, set your left foot on the mat and bring your right knee back into your chest. Draw a circle or two in each direction from here. And then take your right leg into figure 4, right ankle crossing over your left knee. Let the right knee go towards the front of your mat, the right shin towards parallel. As always, if you want a little bit more, feel free to draw your left knee into your chest or extend your left leg to the ceiling. Or you might just keep the left foot grounded on the mat and work into the stretch there. We're going to take 5 more breaths here. If you have the left leg lifted, bend the knee back into your chest, set your left foot down. Keep the right leg where it is, drawing your right knee back into your chest. And then cross your right knee all the way over the top of your left knee, so your legs are stacked. Good, now draw both knees into your chest, send your feet in 2 opposite directions. Your left foot will kick to the left, your right foot will kick to the right. You could interlace your fingers behind your left leg. You could reach for your shins or your ankles, and then use your hands to draw your knees deeper to your chest as the feet continue to kick outwards. Take one more breath here. Keep your legs crossed. Lower your left foot back to the floor towards the right side of your mat. Now shift your hips slightly to the right, and with your hips crossed, let your knees fall to the left. Let your arms open to a T, come into a twist. Last 2 breaths from here. Now pressing down through your left foot. Inhale, bring your legs back to center. Once the hips both come to the mat, adjust your hips back to center. Uncross your legs, setting the right foot down, draw your left knee to your chest. Now with the left knee to the chest, take a few circles in both directions. And then with the left knee drawn to your chest, come into figure 4. Cross your left ankle over your right knee. Let the left knee fall towards the front of your mat, the left shin towards parallel. Stay here with your right foot on the floor, or feel free to draw your right knee to your chest for more, extending the right leg to the ceiling for still more. 5 breaths from here. Take one more breath. If your right knee was lifted, bend your right knee, set your right foot back to the mat. Keep the left knee bent and lifted, and draw your left knee for a moment back into your chest. And then take your left knee, cross it all the way over the top of your right, getting as deep across as you can. Now draw both knees into your chest. As you do, kick your feet in two opposite directions. Again, your grip might just go behind the right thigh underneath the knee, and you can draw the knees into the chest from there. You might reach for your ankles or your feet, and then kick the feet in opposite directions as you draw your knees deeper to your chest. Take 2 more breaths from here. And now bending the knees, set your right foot down towards the left edge of your mat. Scoot your hips an inch or two to the left, and then turn your knees to the right back into your twist. Let your arms fall open. Soften through your hips. Take 2 more breaths from here. Ground down through your right foot. As you inhale, bring your legs back to center. Adjust the hips to center. Uncross your legs. Now from here, take your feet about the width of your yoga mat, and with your feet wide, begin to windshield wiper your knees. Taking the knees in the same direction, just staggered, so you get a little deeper into the outer hips. Couple more here. And now bringing your knees back to center, heel toe your feet in, and we're going to roll over onto one side, your right or your left side, your choice. Take a breath or two there. Now begin to press yourself up to seated. Good. Once you come up to seated, again bend your knees. We're going to take a couple more windshield wipers from seated. Just taking the feet out nice and wide, letting the knees fall side to side. Good. And then from here, we're going to come into deer pose. So finding a solid seat, keep your right knee bent, turn your right shin towards parallel at the top of your mat. Take your left knee and cross your left knee back behind you. Your choice. It's a little easier with the left knee more forwards, little more of a stretch with the left knee further back. So you find a position that's safe for the knee, safe for the hip. Before you do that, I should have had you reach for your blocks. So grab a hold of your blocks. These are going to come in handy, and you might end up having to stagger yourselves too. So I'm going to turn you. We are going to turn to the right, as far to the right as you can. Good. And then from there, you're going to walk forwards and start to fold. So this is where your blocks will come in handy. You could place your blocks underneath your forearms as you fold to the right. And then if needed, you could keep the blocks under the forearms, or you could remove the blocks and bring the forearms to the mat, or eventually lower your chest to the mat. This is going to become a deeper stretch shortly, but we're starting it from this position. Take a couple more breaths here. Good. Now slowly walk yourself back up onto your palms. Walk the blocks back forwards. Set them to the side, but keep them nearby. We're going to take your left hand, cross it behind your left knee, draw your left hand forwards, and place your left foot in front of your right shin. So now the knee's lifted. I'm going to take a quick twist from here. So taking your right forearm around the left knee, your left hand comes behind the left hip. Twist, look over your left shoulder. Take one more breath. Inhale to release the twist. And then we're going to switch sides from here. So you'll walk the left foot over to the left, lift the right knee, bring the left shin parallel towards the top of your mat, and then press your right leg back behind you. Again, it's a little easier on the hip to have the foot more forwards, little more sensation to have the knee more back. From here, with the blocks, you're going to turn to as far to the left as you can. So you're trying to turn the chest all the way to the left. And then you can lower forearms onto your blocks. You could always stay on palms as well if forearms is too much. And then for more, you might get rid of the blocks, lower your forearms to the floor. Got a couple more breaths here. Good. Once again, return back onto palms. Walking your hands back in, setting the blocks to the side. Walking the hands back to center. Keep the left knee bent. Right hand's going to move your right leg. So it'll come behind the hamstring. Give it a little help forwards, keeping the right knee bent in line with your chest. Set the right foot down. Left forearm's going to hug the right knee in as your right fingertips go behind your right hip. You'll twist to the right. Take one more breath here. Inhale as you release from your twist. Once more, keeping your right knee bent. Lift the left, feet out wide. A few final windshield wipers here, side to side. From here, coming to tabletop. Now rolling over onto your hands and knees. Stacking shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Bring the knees in to start at the center of your mat until your knees and feet touch. And then from here, we're going to windshield wiper the hips from side to side. When you're even on both sides, come back to center. Walk the knees back out underneath, hips width distance apart. We'll take a few rounds of cat and cow to get a little more warmed up into your back and chest, shoulders, and belly. Follow your breath as you move. Good. Take about 2 more rounds, 2 more full breaths. And then come into a downward dog. Tucking your toes, press your hips back towards your heels, lift your knees, extending your legs any amount. Pedal your feet. Bending one knee, bending the next. Lift both of your heels and drop both of your heels to the right. Good, come back to center, lift, and drop them to the left. Come back to center. Now this next stretch we're going to do, we can get to it from the deer pose that we were just in, but we're going to come into it this way. So you're going to lift your right leg back behind you. As you exhale, you're going to bring your right knee in towards your chest. Take your right knee under your body to the left. Extend your right leg out to the left. Good. Slide your right foot to the left. Keep sliding it to the left until you can lower your right hip to the floor. Good. From there, your left leg is extended back behind you. You could stay on the ball of the foot, or you could come to the top of the foot. You can even let the foot turn out to the side. Staying on the ball of the foot just intensifies the stretch a little bit because you're engaging this left leg. Now, like you did from deer pose, you're going to turn towards the top of your mat. From there, you're going to come to your forearms. So you could come to your blocks, or you could come to the forearms on the mat. Shifting your upper body slightly forwards is going to help to intensify the stretch as well for the IT band. And then finding a really good flex in your right foot. Almost like you were, trying to push the right foot against a wall. I'm going to take a few more breaths here. Take one more breath. And now start to walk your hands back in, under your shoulders. From here, we're going to start to walk to the left so that you come into a wide straddle facing the back left corner of your mat. Let both feet fall open, the toes to the ceiling. Take your hands behind your hips. Press your fingertips to the floor, sit as tall as you can, and then think about your hands scooting your hips forwards just about an inch or half an inch. Good. From there, think about your hands pressing down and back to start to press your chest forwards between your legs. So you're starting to fold into this straddle. Draw the shoulders back, try to lead with the heart. And then for more, resist the urge to let the shoulders lead, but take your hands forwards in front of you. Walk the fingertips forwards to go deeper into your fold. If you feel this pulling on the insides of your knees, flex the feet a little more. Try to engage the quads and then maybe soften the knees as well. We've got 2 more breaths here. Good. Walk your hands back in towards your knees. Slide your hands in under your knees. Use your hands to lift your knees. Sliding the feet in. You're going to turn slowly back to face me at the top of your mat and come back into tabletop. Once you get back to tabletop, knees together, you're going to drop the hips side to side, few windshield wipers. Good, and then coming back to center, taking the knees back to hips width distance apart, about 5 cat-cows. After 5 cat-cows, using an exhale, From your down dog, lift your left leg. Bring your left knee to your chest. Take your left knee under your body to the right. Extend your left leg to the right. Slide the left leg to the right. As you slide your right foot back, lower the left hip to the floor. Good. Readjust so that the left leg is pushing to the right. And then turn as far as you can towards the top of your mat. From there, shift your weight slightly forwards and then lower to your forearms. Again, having the toes tucked under and really engaging the right leg is going to intensify the stretch. But if that's too much, just relax the right leg and focus on the left. Take one more breath here. Now start to, once again, walk your palms back in. As you lift the chest, lower the inside edge of your right foot to the mat. Start to lift the right toes. Again, we're going to turn towards the back of your mat in this straddle position. Good. From here, hands will come behind your hips. Give them a little push forwards, just about half an inch. And then use the fingertips to start to press the heart forwards, hinging forwards from the hips into a forward fold. Stay there or walk your hands forwards out in front of you. Good. You can stay there, or this time if accessible, your hands might reach for your feet, the toes, the outer edges of the feet, maybe the heels, and then you're going to use that to bring the upper body a little bit more forwards into the fold. Take 3 more breaths here. Release your feet. Start to walk your hands back up your legs. As you come up to seated, hands are going to slide under your knees. Use the hands to lift the knees. Coming back in. This time, just turn to face the back of your mat, the side of the mat, wherever you're at. Feet are going to be on the mat, hips width distance apart. We're going to windshield wiper your knees one more time. So just keeping the knees bent, simple seated position wherever you are. Good, and then from here, go for a little shimmy walk until you're facing back to the front of your mat. You can always stay facing the back as well. And then make sure your strap is handy. Reach your arms forwards, take an inhale. Exhale, start to roll yourself back, one vertebra at a time. Come down to the floor. Once you're on the floor, draw your knees into your chest and draw a few circles with your knees. Circling the knees around the hips. Taking a few in and out circles. And then reaching for your strap. I'm going to place that strap around the arches of both of your feet. Hold the strap in both hands as you slowly start to extend your legs to the ceiling. Good. Take a moment here just to have the legs facing skywards. You could flex and point your feet. You can soften the elbows, pull down and back on the strap. But notice the tendency for the tailbone to lift. See if you can press the tailbone back to the floor. Now from here, with the hands on the strap, bend your knees and bring your thighs towards your belly. Now try to keep your thighs attached to your belly as you re-extend the legs from the knees and heels. They probably won't extend the full way. Good. Again, bend the knees. Thighs to the belly. Try to keep the thighs to the belly. Re-extend from the heels. Good. One more time. Bend the knees. Good. And then extend. Now let the thighs leave the belly. Extend the rest of the way. Keep your right foot in the strap. Release the left. Set your left foot down on the floor. Knee can be bent if needed, or the leg can be extended. Now, keeping the strap on your right foot, grab the strap with your left hand. Keeping your right hip crease on the floor. So you might even take your right hand onto your right hip. You're going to start to bring your right leg to the left without letting the right hip leave the mat. So just enough that you feel a good stretch in the outer right hip and thigh IT band area, but not enough that you're actually twisting in your hips. Hold here, a couple more breaths. Good. Inhale, bring your right leg back to center. Hold the strap back in both hands. Bend the left knee back in. Place your left foot in the strap. Now switching legs. Left foot in the strap. Right leg can come to the floor, or you could bend the right knee. Take the strap into just your right hand. Bring your left hand to your left hip. Use your left hand as a reminder that the left hip doesn't get to move as you take your left leg across to the right. Again, just enough that you can still keep both hips down and you feel a stretch in the outer left hip and thigh, but no twist in the hips. You have one more breath here. Good. Now inhale the left leg back to center. This time you're going to bend your left knee, remove the strap, set it to the side. Bring your right knee up to meet your left. Keep the strap handy. You might or may not use it. Draw a couple circles with your knees. Good. Now from here, re-extend your left leg forwards, but keep your right knee into your chest. Now we're going to take the right leg into a twist. Take your left hand to the outside of your right knee and start to bring your right knee across your body to the left. Option 1, you're going to stay right here. Right knee to the left, right arm open to the right. Option 2, you're going to start to bend your left knee towards your left hip. Option 3, you're going to see if you can grab a hold of your left foot with your right hand as you stay in the twist. If that's too much, you might take the strap instead, wrap the strap around the left foot, and then have a longer arm essentially by using the strap to grab a hold of the foot. We're going to take 5 breaths from here. If your left knee is bent, go ahead, release the left foot. Slowly start to re-extend the left leg. Inhale, bring your right knee back to center. As it comes to center, give it another hug into your chest. Set the right foot down with the knee bent. Use that to adjust your hips to center And then switch sides. Draw the left knee into your chest and extend your right leg forwards. Good. Take your right hand to the outside of your left knee. Take your left knee across your body to the right, coming into a twist. Again, stay here, left arm opening to the left. Option 2, bend the right knee towards your right hip. Option 3, reach down with your left hand for your right foot as you twist. One more breath. And then release your right foot, slowly extending the right leg forwards. Inhale, coming back to center, giving the left knee one more hug. Set the left foot down, using the left foot to adjust the hips. Bend the right knee back in, both feet on the floor. Take a few final windshield wipers of your knees from side to side. And then extend your right leg forwards out in front of you. Extend your left leg forwards out in front of you. Take a few breaths here to make any adjustments to your legs that feel needed. Extending the legs forwards, flexing and pointing the feet, adjusting the hips and shoulders. Same with your arms. Maybe walking the shoulders down, extending the arms out wide so the palms can rotate open. Take another full deep breath in through your nose. This time a nice long open mouth exhale. Again, full deep breath in through the nose. Open your mouth and let all the stale air from your lungs release. Bottom of your exhale, seal your lips. Lightly enough your teeth can still part. Relax your tongue, your jaw. Soften your cheekbones, the space between your eyebrows, and the skin across your forehead. Begin to breathe lightly, softly, but just as deeply. Feeling your entire body fill with new air, becoming new life and new energy. Come back to your intention that you set at the beginning of your practice. Repeating it to yourself softly, silently. Each inhale, hearing your intention. Repeating it as if it were already true. Bring your awareness to the back side of your body. Feeling your floor or the floor against your body against the floor. See if you can become a little heavier, letting your full weight release as if the floor were rising to support your weight. Again, inhale fully. Exhale completely. Start to bring soft movements back into your hands and feet, your wrists and ankles. Inhale as your arms reach up overhead. One more full body stretch. Exhale, draw your knees once more into your chest, giving yourself one last hug. Take a few rocks side to side. Roll over to right or left side. Give yourself a moment or two there to rest. And now slowly, with your gaze soft or your eyes closed, head heavy, begin to press yourself back up to seated. Thank you very much for joining me today. Namaste.